Hello everyone, Captain Brereton here. Welcome back to another flight simulator video, where today we'll be back to the more serious flight simulator videos this time. After that one FSX video that I did. You guys remember the one? This video is pure cancer! Let us unleash these beautiful, beautiful graphics. Oh my god! Oh, this game looks like it's got 3 bits. Now, let's just go into the cockpit view just to see what it's like. I imagine it's going to be hilarious. Oh my lord. Now, this is actual cancer. But, anyway though, for this FSX video, we're going to be flying from Dublin to Malaga in the Aerosoft Airbus A321. And I'm actually using the Steam version of Aerosoft's Airbus A321. Because after seeing it released I think it was a year ago, I've been very curious about it for a while. So last year I bought it, but then I had problems with it, so I had to uninstall it and get a refund back on the Aerosoft Airbus A321 to stick with the normal version. But then a year later, I decided to give this a go one last time, and what the problem was that I had trouble trying to get the livery manager running, but after trying to look for a few tutorials, I finally got the livery manager running, and now I have 2 Aer Lingus liveries installed, one for the A320, the other for the A321. So then, without further ado, let's go ahead and jump straight into the cockpit. We have everything all started up now, so all we need to do now is just close the door, and then we'll be all set to go. Oh, in case you're wondering, that air traffic control that you're hearing in the background, that's actually a little sound pack that I've switched on, which allows me to hear some ATC chatter. I don't know if this is live ATC chatter or not, but I'd be really surprised if that is actual live ATC chatter we're hearing right now. And I've also added a sound pack where we get to hear the cabin crew as well. So it adds that level of realism. So the drill is, we're gonna, after takeoff, we're gonna climb to 35,000 feet. This is our takeoff speeds here. So without further ado, let's go ahead and close the aircraft door. I'm not using ground services because I'm experiencing a bit of a problem with the Steam version, at least. I don't know if it is the Steam version of Aerosoft's Airbus A321 or what if it's on both versions. But I noticed this with the Steam version of Aerosoft's Airbus A321. Basically what will happen when I load up the passengers via ground services, it won't fully finish loading up the passengers. It'll be just stuck on that after it's finished. There's no notification coming up for it saying ground service baggage loaded complete or boarding complete. So for this video I decided to go without ground services, which means I'll be missing out on that one bit of realism. However, though, it does mean that we can get into the air more quicker. So turn off the 2 generators. We're going to release the parking brake, and let's go ahead and begin pushback. So we're pushing back now, so I'm going to go ahead and fire up engine 2. Flight director is on. We have altitude set.
Ground has 7667 plus 76. I'll call you right back.
Okay, we got engine 2 running normally. That's good.
Bravo Zulu Alpha to the ramp. Bravo Zulu Alpha, copy. 85 box contact ramp. The ramp, South American 143 taxi.
Alright, we have both engines running, so we can go ahead and stop pushback. Activate the parking brake. Turn on both generators, turn on both packs.
2134.
And we can go ahead and turn off the APU now.
2134 box from make the right turn. Bravo. Then a quick left on Echo.
Takeoff config. Oh, flaps not in takeoff configuration.
Echo short of kilo. Okay.
So go ahead. We'll go ahead and set flaps for 2 because that's our set takeoff flaps. Auto brake set to max. There we go. Yep, takeoff config is good. APU is shut off. We have our QNH put in. Transition out to this 5,000 feet. So we can go ahead and begin taxi to runway 10.
Runway 2 right, taxi Alpha November. Cross runway 15 right, hold short runway 15 left. Alpha November, cross 15 right, hold short 15 left. 22 right, American. 2134, give way to Jazz from the right, then taxi Kilo Echo 1. Kilo Echo 1, after Jazz, getting 2134. Taxi 66, ground taxi via Kilo, hold short of Echo 1. Short of Echo 1, taxi. Access 2043 ready for taxi. Access 2043 box, ground taxi at Echo Alpha, hold short of Charlie, expect runway 22 right. Go Alpha, hold short of Charlie, Cactus 2043. Ground related after no night, adios, 61 Golf. Battalion 61 Golf Heavy, I'm sorry, waiting to push? Property. Battalion 61 Golf Heavy, push, thank you, discretion. Okay, push up the discretion, I'll tell you 61 Golf Heavy. 1691 box.
Well, that was an interesting safety brief there, flight attendants. So that's me well prepared in case of an emergency. Anyway, game's running at a stable 20 to 30 FPS, which is a decent FPS. You know, it's still pretty stable. Something that I'd be happy with for a low spec loser like myself. In fact, I'm that much of a low spec loser that I went and changed my username. That I went and changed my Steam ID recently. Anyway, we're on Bravo 3 now. Taxiing down to runway 10. God bless you there.
Bravo, Zulu. And 15 right, hold short of
Go ahead and turn on the other lights now.
On runway 15 right, hold short November. Okay, on 15 right, hold short November.
Alright, let's give this airplane a bit of welly. We have all the lights on. We can go ahead and set the auto brake to max now. And also close down that bit of text. Don't need it. We'll save a few extra frames as well.
Delta 699, the wind is calm, good takeoff. Delta 699, good takeoff. Delta 203, line up, wait up, 50 right. Line up, wait. 50 right.
It looks like ATC has changed all of a sudden.
Delta 41 in a breezy point cloud contact near point.
We were listening to ground control, now we're listening to the tower control. Anyway, we're lined up on the runway now, so let's go ahead and do a little check on the flight controls before we take off. Now what about this option here? Electronic, hydraulics, flight control, there we are, flight controls, there we go.
Clear land T2 route, check 64.
All good. Alright, flight controls is good. We have
61 wind calm, only 2 and left kilo echo, clear takeoff. We turn on my kilo echo, we are clear takeoff.
engines set.
Have a good day. Runway heading to departure, good day, thank you, Dylan.
Alright, here we go. Clear for takeoff.
203, wind is calm, runway 23 right, set takeoff. Clear for takeoff, 23 right. Yep, blue 203. Yep, 175, Canadian Tower, runway 23 right, line of point.
So it seems like the ATC changes automatically depending on what part of the airport we're at. But anyway, though, here we go. We're taking off now. 80 knots. Cross check. $120. V1. Rotate. V2. Now, positive rate. Gear up. Now we have all landing gear up, confirmed. Flaps 1.
203, contact the park, Double 203, good day. 791, cross future right, company position, follow the company on Bravo to the left and monitor the ground, have a good day. Cross, future right, time, company on call.
Auto throttle is set. And still on climb. And flaps can come up now. Alright, now the autopilot can come on, set altitude, set speed. And set the auto throttle on. So that way the plane has got control of itself now. We're above 5,000 feet, so we can go ahead and set Q and H to a standard now. Now, there we are. So already now at 13,000 feet. Usually I don't use the autopilots that much in the Airbus A321, in the Aerosoft A321. But for this case, I thought I'd give it a go. I mean, usually I prefer to control the speed manually myself. But I thought for this flight, I'm going to give it a chance. You know, I'm going to let the speed and the heading fly the airplane itself, you know. Set altitude for flight level 350. That's put in, confirmed. And now we're passing Irvad. Climbing to 16,000 feet. The game's maintaining a steady 30 FPS, which is pretty good. Pretty good FPS. Oh, I forgot we're above 10,000 feet as well, so the landing lights, the nose light, and the taxi lights and the turn-off light can come off as well there. Now FPS has gone back up to 40 FPS. It's running between 40 to 30 FPS. Not a bad FPS considering I'm using a payware aircraft. So pretty stable if you ask me.
Standing 100, inbound guns, 200. Landing 200, intercept, 3 times for attack.
I'd be really surprised if the ATC sound system. Hang on, what was I saying again? Oh yeah, I'd be really surprised if the ATC that I'm hearing right now in the airplane is actual live air traffic control. Autopilot's doing a very good job maintaining the airspeed while we're climbing up to past 26,000 feet. I suppose it does give me time to focus on the instruments here while we are flying to Malaga, of course. Okay, everyone, we are now approaching our top of the descent. So we're descending down to flight level 250, I believe. Yes, we are, 250. So let us begin the descent now. Oh, and turn on the seatbelt sign as well. Ladies and gentlemen, from the flight deck, we have the seatbelt sign on now because we are beginning our descent into Malaga. So please return to your seats, fasten your seatbelts, and please be seated, because we'll be on the ground in about 15 minutes time. Thank you. Okay, that's the passengers briefed in. Now, will the autopilot automatically control the speed as we descend into Malaga Airport? And after 250, we descend down to 4,200 feet, and then from there we descend down to 1,400 feet. 250. Looks like we began the top of the descent a few minutes early, but I suppose if we started early, it means that we'd be able to line up with the runway more early, depending on the terrain, of course. Alright, now it's best if we increase the vertical speed down a bit. Actually, we'll leave it as it is here. I'm guessing the Airbus is following this little pink dot here. Throttle is set to idle. Very clever. Yeah, the plane does descend quite rapidly down. There we go, now it's slowing down its descent a bit. Oh, more drag, okay. Well, that's why it's trying to match the speed, and now the computer is asking me to add some drag in, so that's exactly what I'm going to do. Now, we can't activate the approach just yet. Still a bit too far out. That's the go-around speed. Flaps retracting at 140 knots. And now I'm getting a text message already, but I can't answer it. Or maybe I could answer it. Oh, it's just one of my few of the friends that I race with on PC.
Southwest 1540, maintain 170 to 5 DME, contact tower 94. 170 to 5.
Alright, still more drag is needed. Okay, we're at 250 knots now.
Speed log 4181, maintain speed 170, turn left heading 310. 170 and 310 heading, speed log 4181.
We can't extend the flaps yet by 1 until we reach 230. Descent. That's the approach. It's a go around. Flight plan. Initiative. What about initiative? Okay, that's not allowed. Is there anything there that allows me to go over my my landing review? Ah, here it is. Approach. Config 3. Config 3. Transition to 5,000. Okay, now it doesn't want the speed brake out anymore, so I'll put it back in. I'll retract that. Oh, now you want... Oh, come on, make up your mind, airplane. Do you want me to extend? Do you want me to extend the speed brakes or not? Make up your mind. Yeah, just a few of my friends on Facebook are texting.
4 miles from Blabber,
in a racing group. Basically, it's a group of a few of my mates where we basically play racing games like Formula 1 or Formula 1, Dirt Rally, you name it.
Southwest 31, 61, 8 miles from Blabber, maintain 3,000, still establish on West 5, clear ILS, runway 15 right approach. Southwest 3361, 3,000, Southwest 3361, 3,000, still established, clear ILS, 15 right approach.
Well, thank you for that announcement, Mrs. Flight Attendant, even though I've made announcements similar to that, but I'll let you wave there anyway. Anyway, approaching 10,000 feet, so we'll go ahead and turn on the runway turn-off lights, turn on the landing lights, and turn on the nose light as well. Now, what are we gonna do? What are we gonna do?
4181, 10 degrees right, space.
Why did I just repeat the same phrase? What are we gonna do? Oh my god. Why did I repeat that? Oh dearie me. So, anyway, what are we going to do for the third time? 9,000. Okay, we're at 9,000 feet. Please hope this plane, please hope the autopilot will be smart enough to clear the mountains. Please. Approaching idle again. I reckon we'll still be able to clear those mountains. Hopefully it doesn't become a repeat shot. Hopefully this plane doesn't crash into the mountains and become a repeat of the German wings crash. Oh my god. Oh, that was a cruel joke to make. Oh my god, I'm going to get so much hate for that. That was a cruel joke to make. Oh my god.
4181, just going to maintain 2,500. 4181, turn left heading 180, intercept the 15 left low. 180 north, 15 left low, 41.
I'm gonna go to hell for making that joke.
Oh,
Oh dearie, dearie me. Anyway, on a serious note though, apart from that, anyway, on a serious note now, can this plane still clear the mountains? Or can the autopilot still clear the mountains? Yes. 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 Now we're near 5,000 feet. Remind me of the Q and H again, flight radar. Oh, God bless you there. You still haven't got rid of that cold of flu. Jesus. I'm worried about you. You're going to start a zombie apocalypse someday with that cold of flu of yours.
2,500. 4181, contact Baltimore, 784.
Yeah,
4181.
there we are. Now, approaching 5,000 feet.
2,500.
I'm trying to get the Q and H code for Malaga Airport.
Southwest 1993 to maintain 3,000. 3,000, Southwest 1993.
Weather 1016. Okay, so let me just.
Good morning, Southwest.
There we go. 1016.
1602, Stomach, Baltimore, altimeter 2992, Vector ILS, runway 15 right.
There's the runway in sight. Time to activate the approach phase. And confirm.
Citrus 588, turn right heading 050.
Now it should pick up the glide slope.
Good morning,
There we are. We're on the money. Now, flaps 1. We have flaps on config 3. That's the landing flap setting. Or it's a flap setting for the landing. Once the airplane picks up the glide slope, I will then take manual control of the aircraft and land it from there. Right, and I suppose we can activate the approach and autopilot 2.
421, traffic rolling out, runway 22 left, wind 2208, runway 13 right, clear
Flaps
to
3.
Takeoff, runway 13 right, clear to takeoff, 421.
Landing gear down.
Runway 13 right, line up and wait.
Now. Cabin crew, your seats for landing, please. Your seats for landing, please. Thank you.
Continue straight ahead via Bravo and Malaga ground point 9.
Copy, straight ahead via Alpha Bravo.
Zulu Alpha, Bravo 121.9.
11.9, Zulu Alpha and Bravo.
There we are. It's on the glide slope perfectly.
American 1851, taxi via Juliet, stay with me.
Via Juliet with you, American 1851.
Oh, and speed brakes are set to retract.
2,500.
2,500. Roger that. Thank you, computer. Alright, it's picked up the glide slope. Now, I'm going to see.
2,500.
Yes, I heard you the first time, Mr. Computer Man. Thank you very much.
And for American 1851, just want to confirm we're clear across future right?
American 1851.
2,500.
Yes, Computer Man. You don't have to remind me every 10 seconds. I know what I'm doing.
Alpha and just Malaga ground point 9. Good day.
Okay, great. So, Juliet, Alpha, monitor ground point 9. We are clear across future right, American 1851. Thank you.
There we are. It's got the glide slope there perfectly.
4146, Kennedy Tower, runway 13 right, line up and wait.
I might consider letting this airplane land itself, just to see how clever this autopilot is.
Caution equivalent, runway 13 left, please land.
It's land runway 13 left, at the 101. Can you confirm minimum altitude now?
Say again?
If the plane is holding this
Can you confirm minimum
this
altitude
position,
to
if the plane is holding the speed and the altitude as it is, well then I might just consider letting the airplane land itself.
550, Zulu Alpha, then continue straight ahead via Bravo and monitor ground point 9.
Zulu Alpha, Bravo, monitor ground point 9 today, Delta 550.
I usually land the plane by myself, but I want to see
So Lima heading 155.
if the situation here is good enough to let this plane land itself. So for this one time only, I'm going to try and see, let this computer land the plane itself. I'm placing faith in the computer system for once in this episode of Flight Simulators, of my Flight Simulator video series, and see, can this plane land by itself? Can this Aerosoft Airbus A321 land by itself? It's got the glide slope there nicely.
Delta 73 Heavy, Kennedy Tower, wind 2208, runway 2 to left, please land.
Middle land, 22 left, Delta 73 heavy. Tower Jump 217, 1 mile outside of Salt for the VOR 13 left. Contact New York Support to 135.9. I'm Francesca Link 5446. Jason 688, Quebec here, runway 13 right, clip, takeoff.
Also, should put on the speed brakes.
Runway 13 right, line up and wait. Back 7669, 13 right.
Auto brake, medium.
2 Bravo Quebec.
2 BQ.
2 Bravo Quebec, monitor tower on 123.9 now.
23.9 you said?
Affirmative, 123.9.
123.9.
So far, the Alpine's doing a very good job controlling this.
And Kennedy helicopter 12 Bravo Quebec with you on 23.9.
This is not even me flying this aircraft. This is the autopilot landing this airplane for me.
Bravo Quebec and the altimeter is 299.
But I'm still ready to shut off that autopilot and shut off the auto throttle, just in case something goes wrong. "1,000 feet. I'm still there. I'm still there with that, with my finger on the mouse button, ready to go, just in case at any time to take over the aircraft when if something goes wrong." Landing in habit.
Wind 230 at 8, runway 13 left, clear to land, let me know when you
I don't know what the computer means by landing in habit. What if it can land or not?
PD19, you with me?
135.9.
500.
500. I reckon this autopilot's gonna do it. I reckon this autopilot's gonna do it. 400.
Stop 217 here.
I have a good feeling that the autopilot will make this landing perfect there here.
300.
300.
Track route with a handoff to Newark, inbound for Linden.
200.
200.
Right, westbound track 12.
Still there.
100.
100.
70, 60, 50, 40, 30, 20.
Oh, it's pulling back.
Retard, 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 retard.
Alright, it's landed. Oh, impressive! I can't believe it! I can't believe it! The plane actually landed itself! We have auto brakes on. Flaps up. I can't believe it! For the first time ever in the history of this channel, I've actually managed to make the plane land by itself. Holy shit, I am a genius. I've never let a computer land the airplane for me. This is the first time in the history of this channel that I've let I've let the computer land the plane for me. Incredible piece of machinery here.
Etihad 101 Heavy, continue straight ahead via taxiway, Zulu Alpha, then Bravo, and monitor ground 121.9.
Zulu Alpha, Bravo, ground 121.9, get 1017.
Delta 73 Heavy, taxi via Juliet, then Alpha, cross runway 28, monitor ground 121.9.
Now, we've landed in...
Ground is Air Canada 340, turning right onto Kilo for T, Delta 5.
We've landed now in Malaga Airport.
Kilo 3. Actually, hold short of Kilo 3, Canada 347, mate. Okay, Kilo short of Kilo 3.
We'll take whatever gate's available to us. There's plenty of gates here.
Ground for Canada 3186, approaching spot.
So we'll take what gate's available to us here.
3186, that's you coming up on November, right? We're coming up.
For a moment there, I thought the plane was going to plant nose first into the ground, but the computer actually pitched the airplane up, making it land there perfectly. Not as smooth as how I would normally land the airplane, but still, very good landing. Okay, so we'll turn off stow, turn off beacon, and turn on the wing lights. And now the plane can come to a stop. And activate the parking brake. And now we can power down the engines. And now we can bring in the cargo doors. Ground services. What's this? Oh yeah, ground services.
340, turn left on kilo 3. And,
Wheel chocks
waiting
set.
for you, 130.57.
External power on.
Okay, left kilo 3 and over to the ramp.
Actually, we won't need external power.
340.
We'll just keep the aircraft running on APU. So we have everything turned off. Turn off that. Turn off the nav and logo. Open up the cargo. Actually, open up the front left door. And we can turn off the seatbelt sign now. Turn off the generators. Turn off the packs.
Ground flagship 3289, spot 9, Texas, November. Yo, 3186, traffic's on a 2-mile funnel. Falls from a 27 right, monitor 7.
Alright, we have successfully landed the aircraft here. Well, we have successfully performed I have successfully performed my very first automatic landing. Can you believe that, guys? For someone who's so used to manually landing the aircraft, I decided to put my full faith into the computer for once, and it's actually pulled it off brilliantly here. I can't believe I actually just did that. That was amazing. Just amazing. Well, I thank you guys now for joining me on this flight from Dublin to Malaga. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did, especially that one best moment of them all, where I successfully performed an automatic landing via the autopilot. So, I thank you for watching now, and until my next video, guys, I will see you then next time.